My friends, I hope you're doing fantastic. We are here together again. And today's topic is something very exciting for me, and I hope for you too. It's about the way of a hero and really why you should try to build a legacy. Again, it's a mouthful, but it's really about heroism. It's why I do what I do. It's also why you should do what you do. You should be a hero, and you are a hero. You don't have to pretend, you don't have to play into somebody's hands. No, you just have to be you. And the world need you. We live in turbulent times, in a bit challenging environment. That means you need to do what you need to do. You need to challenge yourself. You need to be your own cheerleader, your own superhero. And sometimes, maybe sometimes, you might underestimate your power. You might underestimate how much you're able to do. You might underestimate how much you are able to influence and make a difference. A while back, I wrote this ebook, Mastering Body, Mind, and Life. And if you're interested in the digital ebook, please navigate to my website, matteomelicar.com. And there you can get the ebook version or the digital version. It's again Matteo Mateo Melichar.co. And I have really thought about this a lot because in my career I have done a lot of pivots from sales, marketing, back to sales, back to marketing, and back and forth from country to different country. And in the meantime, I tried to build a startup. So I had or different projects. One of them was a startup, and I learned a lot. I learned heaps about myself. I learned about how to build myself up, how to build a team, and how to lead an organization. And that's why we are here. We are here to leave an impact on this planet and to make a dent in the universe. I know our lives are very short, and you might say, Matteo, who cares? Who cares if I've done something? And you're right. Nobody will probably care. You will be long forgotten. I will be forgotten. All the people who were before us were forgotten. Perhaps we quote them in a book, whether that's Columbus, whether that's, you know, Michael Phelps. All these people are famous for their thing. And centuries will pass and we will might remember. You might be remembered. But if you do it to be remembered, you do it wrong. You should do it because you want to make an impact, not because you want to be remembered, but because you want to make another human being better. You want to make yourself better. As human race, we are excited and motivated by others, by how they run their lives. And if they master something, if they master their life, and we see that they thrive and they improve and they challenge themselves, and it might be completely different domain. We talk about Michael Phelps in swimming, but yet listening to Michael Phelps and this amazing consistency and this elite level of commitment is not for everybody. But we can pick one or two lessons from that and say, you know what, I really want to improve my life. I want to master my life. I want to take my life to the next level. So, in today's session, I want you guys to challenge yourself as well, right where you are. Perhaps it's in your home, perhaps it's in your office, perhaps it's in your relationships. But really, you want to make a difference. You want to make a difference for yourself. You want to make a difference, especially for your loved ones. I think that can help you is really do things for others. And I was pausing there for a second because I'm trying to convey it in the right way. But one thing that helped me a lot in my life is to think how I can improve my life so I can elevate my family, I can elevate my friends, and I can really take my life to a new level. And it's difficult. It's not so easy because you need to be consistent every day. But doing things for others will help you to play the long game, to play the better, stronger game so that you really put your best foot forward and make yourself visible, make yourself accountable for the results. Perhaps in your hobby, as you say, every week I will practice. And, over the period of time, let's say, 3, 5, 10 years, you might be completely in a different destination because where you were 10 years ago. And if you don't know that, please journal on that. I love doing this exercise. I write, the 10 milestones or 3 5 milestones, what I learned, where I struggled, where have I improved. And it can help you to give you this perspective, say, hey, I'm actually thriving, I'm overcoming, I'm getting better. When you're competing with yourself, you're not competing with your neighbor, you're not competing with your peers. You might do that for the sake of a competition and healthy competition, but in reality and naturally you're competing with yourself, because in 10 years maybe you will switch jobs and you will keep the friends, but you will also change, you will grow, you will pivot, and you will be a better human being for what you're doing. So I really want to challenge you in this short video to think about your legacy, to think about your vision, think about what you want to do in the next 10 years. Because if you want to do something in 10 years and you want to make a pivot, maybe you want to learn marketing, perhaps you want to do more teaching, you want to create courses, or want to play a violin or play a piano, you need to start now. You need to start taking those tiny little steps that seemingly seem unimportant today. But when you multiply them, when you upload that video, when you play the violin, when you talk to a mentor every month, over a period of year and 2 and 3 and 5 and 10, you will be a different destination than if you haven't decided to do that. The thing is also, you need to think about opportunity cost. When you spend time on something, you cannot spend time on everything. Although I believe you should be able to master multiple things and at least try to be good at multiple things, whether that's perhaps speaking in front of camera, like I'm doing here, mumbling and rumbling, and together with inspiring people and being very good at habits and combining these two things. But on the other hand, you should also know that some things are just not possible to do at the same time, because you might want to build your business but you might not be able to get the best in table tennis, just because you need to practice and train so hard. So really pick your battle. And although you can flirt with different things, and I definitely encourage that in my earlier career, but I try to do it also with things to still keep inspiring my spirit, keep switching their careers, keep switching really with projects that I'm dealing with people who are in my life, constantly try to bring new insights. It's really just to give you new challenge, new perspective, and make you a better, stronger, and more holistic human being. And ultimately, it's really not to have regrets. That's the last point, an important point, because many, and I will say it for the last time, many times we think back how we would live now if we would know what we know now. But the thing is, in 10 years, we will all the time, and in 20, we will be on the same spot if we don't take the action. And if we say, you know what, I don't know now, but I will still take action. The thing is, this is why we need perspective. This is why we need third party validation. This is why we should be part of masterminds, have mentors, take courses, read books, listen to podcasts, talk with neighbor, listen to things that oppose our opinion, to solidify why we think the way we think, and challenge our opinions, having to have to explain that to somebody else. So I really want to encourage you guys to play the long game, play the long-term perspective, and challenge yourself. Perhaps you want to write a book, you want to do something that will really take it up a notch in your skills, in your character. And when you do that, I can tell you, you will be better human being because you tried. And in the end of the day, it's not some huge feats that you need to do and accomplish. It's the daily life. It's the daily kindness that you display when you let somebody in front of you in a store, in a grocery store, or when you help somebody without expecting something in return. So I encourage you to be your own hero, a hero of your own story, and challenge yourself, because we have one life and we got to live it. And I know this sounds very cheesy, but in the end of the day, at some point in your life, you got to decide, what do you stand for? What type of friends you want to have? Where are you going? What is your legacy? What is your lifestyle going to be about? Are you doing things really kindness and helping others, or are you doing it from ego? Are you playing the long game? Do you surround yourself with like-minded people? Do you train? Do you meditate? Do you exercise? Do you eat healthy food? And are you really trying to inspire others and yourself? So I hope this challenge you and this encourage you to think bigger, think deeper, and more profoundly about your life. So I would love to leave you with this. You live just one life, so leave it all on the floor. It's sometimes like a diesel motor. You need to challenge yourself. You need to speed up slowly, one step at a time. So keep adding the wood. But sometimes it's like a petrol engine. So you can go and accelerate really quickly. But remember, you will need to play the long game and you will need a stamina. It's a sequence of marathons. It's not just one marathon. You will need to run and you will need the long term perspective. So, no, you will need to pivot and you will need to have all these tools dialed in. So, that's the hard part. But once you do that, it will become easier and you will become more accustomed to change and really going to different stage of your life better. So make sure you manage your energy, make sure you keep tab on your stress levels and lead a heroic life, because this is why we're here, to inspire others and make others better and ourselves along the way.